is Sean Tibbitts, and this is my restaurant. Welcome to Tibbitts at Fern Hill. Today we are here and I'm gonna make some food. On my menu today, that is coming out next month, is one of my salted caramel banana pancakes. I'm excited about this because it's all clean, fresh, scratch ingredients. So we're gonna get started, and yeah, glad you're here, Tacoma, and here we go. First thing I like to do is I will get my pan on low, so my pan's already hot. I've got 2 tablespoons of oil right there. We're gonna add that. Right here is my flour. Now you can use gluten-free flour, already pre-made if you have a gluten allergy. So that's flour. This is 3.5 tablespoons of baking powder. That is a 1/2 tablespoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of salt. And we've got 1 tablespoon of sugar. Once that's added in, we'll come over here. And a lot of people add other stuff, water, eggs, stuff like that, but we have so many allergies in the world. I just like to keep it safe, and knowing that the only allergy somebody's gonna have would be gluten in this. So what we're gonna do, and that was exactly 1.5 cups water. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna mix this up, and we're gonna try to get all the lumps out. And as we're mixing, I like to sing songs in my head. All right. So this is basically the mix you're looking for, and these are all local ingredients you can buy at the store. One thing I like to do is over oil my pan, so that's why I put 2 tablespoons in, and then I'll bring whatever residual back and I'll put it back in there because you don't want too much oil. One thing about my restaurant and my food is that I don't use a lot of oil, I don't cook with a lot of grease, but my food does make grease once it's cooked. So there's a big difference to add grease to food that already has grease. So now what we're doing is we're just adding our pancake batter to our saute pan. We'll just let that cook a little bit. In the meanwhile, we'll start getting our finishing components ready. So we'll just let that cook down a little bit. As you can see, it's starting to bubble a little bit. You want to give it a little shake, make sure that it breaks up on the sides because you don't want a pan that's going to stick. If your pan does stick, just add a little bit of oil to the sides and that should break it apart. This is a regular banana I got at the store. If it comes with a bruise, I'm sorry, but this one did not, so we've gotten lucky. See that? Once that's done, we'll go ahead and cut our banana. That's just 1 regular banana. You can get organics, all that stuff, but we'll add our banana. And then I'm also gonna add a little bit of this 100% pure cocoa. And you wanna sprinkle it evenly. You just don't wanna get a big clump that pops out. So if you got it in a shaker or something like that, go ahead and do that. That always works. So once we're at that point, you can see it start to get really bubbly. So now we are gonna start setting up for our display. So once this hits this point right here, you just want to take that little spatula you have and just peel it back and see that if it's browning or not. You can tell when it's browning on the edges. That's when you pretty much want to pull it, pop it in your oven. Make sure your oven's already preheated at 350. After you put it in the oven, you're gonna cook it for about 8 to 9 minutes or until the middle is fully cooked. But you're gonna get a lot of height on this because of the baking powder and the baking soda. So it'll still rise a little bit. But yeah, this is one of my creations here. So at this point, we are at where we need to be for that. So I'm just gonna pop this in the oven real quick. So this one I already had pre-made, so that is 8 minutes, what it looks like. So on this one, so now once you're at this point, so we can see the pancake, we can see it fully cooked. Yeah, it's not dark on this side, which is fine because you still want it to not be overcooked, where a lot of times if you cook one side too long and the other side too long, it's just dry. So this is not a dry pancake. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and add our mascarpone cheese, and this is 8 ounces. Now mascarpone cheese is the same cheese that they put into tiramisu. So it's a sweet cheese. So it actually has a really good flavor profile when you put this together with a pancake. So now we're just gonna cut it in half. Keep in mind that this pancake will be hot once you take it out of the oven, and you will get cheese all over your glove, but that's the fun part. Mama always said, don't play with your food. I always play with mine. So we'll fold that, and then we'll just give it a cut with the same knife. And if the mascarpone falls out, that's okay, because we're gonna put it back in. So we're just gonna cut it, and then we just put it back in. That way we have it all in there. And we'll stack one wedge. We'll get the other wedge. And we're just gonna stack it a little high. Then what you wanna do is take your knife and put it through the center and just have a good balance so it doesn't move. Move this over. I'm gonna wipe the knife a little bit because I got cheese all over it. So now what we'll do is we'll add our syrup. That should stay right there. Then we'll get our whipped cream. And then I use non-dairy whipped cream because that way if somebody has a dairy allergy, I cannot put the mascarpone in there. So a lot of people don't want it with the mascarpone, and then we'll just whisk around it with the whipped cream. A little on top. We'll drizzle chocolate, salted caramel, pull that knife out one more time. We'll put the banana in. Sure, at this point we'll take a little bit of this cocoa and also my powdered sugar. And this is my salted caramel banana pancakes. My name is Sean Tibbitts. You're in my Fern Hill hood. Thank you.